All right, Christian, after an unseasonably warm and rainy day yesterday, we're now back to those really cold temperatures, and it's looking like that's how it's going to be for quite a while, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's kind of been the theme of December, when it's been a little bit warmer. It has not lasted very long, and that's exactly what we saw yesterday. The cold has come back in a big way overnight, and it is very chilly, very blustery out there this morning. Luckily, the radar is quiet. We did have a few snow showers earlier this morning. Those have since wrapped up in much of the state. It's all about the cold and the wind for the rest of the day. Here's a look at our wind chills. Feels like 6 right now in Portland, 11 below zero up in Rangeley. If you're heading up to the mountains to go skiing today, just keep in mind a very cold day is expected and windy, so lift operations will be impacted in the mountains as well. Feels like 9 in Rockland and Bar Harbor. Feels like 16 in Calais. That's our warm spot in the state this morning, and that's just because the cold has been moving from west to east, so it's just taken a little bit to reach down East Maine. Don't worry, it will as we head into the afternoon. Here's a look at our current wind speeds, gusting up to 33 to 35 miles per hour, Caribou through Holton, gusting up to 31 miles per hour in Portland, gusting to 32 miles per hour in Augusta. Here's a look at our forecast for today. Cold and windy all day. Notice temperatures don't really budge very much. We will see our highs in the teens to around 20 degrees in the afternoon. If you're in down East Maine, our high temperatures this morning in the mid-20s will drop into the teens as we head into the afternoon hours. Of course, the bigger story, I think, is the wind. Very gusty all through the day. Wind advisory in place for western Maine, all the greater Portland area, down through York County, and up into the mountains as well. And of course, the entire state of New Hampshire also could see some gusts, isolated at least, up to 50 miles per hour today. So very blustery. I couldn't even rule out an isolated outage, especially up into the higher terrain, and especially over into New Hampshire. So winds very gusty all day long, up to 40 to even 50 miles per hour at times. Still breezy overnight and into tomorrow, but way less windy overall for Wednesday. Or New Year's Eve, of course, does not look anywhere near as windy, just a bit breezy though through the day. Finally calming down as we head into tomorrow night, right as we're ringing in the new year. Speaking of ringing in the new year, it looks like some snow will be with us as we do turn over the calendar to 2026. You can see clouds increasing into the evening, snow arriving just before or around midnight, continuing likely through sunrise on New Year's Day. So let's take a look at the timing after a very blustery cold day today. Tomorrow at least looks quiet. This is tomorrow morning. You can see 7 a.m. Wednesday morning, sunny skies, cold temperatures, overall quiet conditions for the most part. Clouds build in the afternoon, gets a little warmer, middle and upper 20s. Doesn't get above freezing, but at least it will not feel quite so cold out there tomorrow. And then the snow comes in around midnight or so. You can see that arriving here as we head into the overnight hours. This is right when we're flipping over to 2026. Yeah, widespread light snow looking pretty likely. It may end up being fairly scattered in some spots to where we don't get much out of this system, but most of us have at least a good chance of getting a quick coating, maybe up to an inch or so out of the system as it rolls through the rest of the night, wrapping up around sunrise on New Year's Day with sunny skies returning for the afternoon of the first day of the brand new year. Let's talk about snow overnight New Year's Eve. It looks like, again, a coating to an inch. It's going to be very light and fluffy though, and oftentimes in these situations, it's not hard to squeeze out a little more snow, especially in mid-coast and down East Maine, where it looks like precipitation amounts might be a little higher, maybe upwards of 2 or even 3 inches there. Certainly nothing too significant, but travel could be slick after midnight tomorrow night. So keep that in mind if you're heading home from your New Year's party. Could be a little slippery. Cold weather though, the big story for the foreseeable future. It's sticking around all week into the first part of the new year. As you can see, our marine forecast very choppy with a gale warning in place, 7 to 10 foot seas. Our 7-day is where the cold's at. It's very cold all week. Teens today, a little warmer tomorrow. It's our warmest day, even though it's still below freezing. Much colder as we head towards the end of the week, only around 20 on Friday. Very cold through the weekend. And look at Sunday. Highs in the teens, lows below 0. Same story along the coastline. Very cold Sunday. At least there's a good amount of sunshine for the end of the week and the weekend, but very cold. Luckily, no big storms on the horizon. Maybe another shot at snow next Monday night into Tuesday. So, Katie, we had 5 storms in December. It'll be nice to get like a week-long break from them.
A little reprieve, and we'll be sure to bundle up when going out on New Year's Eve.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Christian.